Happy International Women's Day. As we get ready to celebrate this day, men, let us reflect on what this day really means to our fellow ladies. We should take aside our pride. We should assume the position and get on all fours and submit to our wives, our girlfriends, our significant others, our spouses, whatever we want to refer to them as, and prepare ourselves to be dominated and prepare to have the most savage and epic pounding that we have ever had to endure. Yeah, I like Wade Wilson and I like Vanessa's relationship, but I don't think that's really what International Women's Day is all about. Hey, what's going on, Sweaties? It's your boy, Mikey Savage 21 or MS 21, bringing you another sweaty discussion. And today's sweaty discussion, we're going to be looking at the long sought after question of whether or not Kale and Caulifla are dating. More specifically, did Funimation, with the premiere of episode 93 from almost about a month or so ago, did they just confirm that they are in fact a couple? Join me as we break down this topic and as I look at the evidence presented before us and ultimately determine whether or not Kale and Caulifla are bae. Alright, so again, specifically, we're going to be looking at episode 93 of the Dragon Ball Super anime. Now, before we start breaking it down and getting into the specifics of the episode, I want to do a quick cheap plug. I also did a video simply talking about whether Kale and Caulifla could be the first female Saiyan couple, or just the first female couple in general on screen in the Dragon Ball universe. We have yet to see whether or not that Akira Toriyama is going to go with that, or whether Toei is planning to go in that direction. But, you know, it's interesting to say the least. So I'm going to make sure I leave the video up top. You make sure you go check it out. It is an awesome, awesome video. So again, we're looking at the episode 93, where Kaba and Caulifla are basically trying to teach Kale how to become a Super Saiyan. And while they're doing this, it's been discovered that there are two methods of turning into a Super Saiyan. There's a hardcore method that all of us Dragon Ball fans are familiar with, which is again step one, through anger or some type of extreme turmoil. For example, Goku seeing Krillin die tells him to become a Super Saiyan. Vegeta's own frustration and anger with himself caused him to turn Super Saiyan. Trunks turned Super Saiyan when he discovered that his master Gohan was dead. Gohan turned Super Saiyan when he was under extreme duress when he was training with his father in a hyperbolic time chamber. And Trunks and Goten just turned Super Saiyan just to turn Super Saiyan. But I'm sure at some point they faced some kind of anger or extreme turmoil, and that's how they were able to do it. Now, with the introduction of the Universe 6 Saiyans, we got introduced to a new way of transforming. And I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm not going to get upset. Not again, at least not on camera. We got introduced to the tingly back method, where apparently you take all the ki and you let it bubble up in your back, and that is what helps you become a Super Saiyan. I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to get upset. See? I'm perfectly happy. Oh, that is so incredibly stupid. How in the world did Toei think of something like this? This is incredibly stupid. I do not think this came from the mindset of Akira Toriyama. Look, we all agree that Akira Toriyama has been slipping here and there, coming up with things and retconning things left and right. But there is no way he came up with something this absolutely insane and stupid. So you're telling me now that apparently their whole anger thing wasn't apparently needed. All Goku had to do was concentrate his ki into his back, and he could be able to turn into a Super Saiyan.
A few minutes later.
Alright guys, I'm calm, I'm cool, I'm collected. I had time to regather my thoughts. Okay, so let's go again and break down this episode. Alright, so in the episode, again, we have Kale and Caulifla being recruited essentially for the Universe team, for the Universal Survival arc. And so again, Caulifla at this point is already turned into a Super Saiyan. And of course, Kaba is already a Super Saiyan, and they're both attempting to teach Kale how to turn into a Super Saiyan. Right then and there, we see the different dynamic between the three characters. We see that Kale really, really cares about Caulifla. She looks up to her as a sister. She doesn't want to let her down. She really looks up to her. Then you have Caulifla, who views her as like a little sis, a protege, or whatever you want to call it. I know in the anime, they kept saying, Shisho, which basically means sis in Japanese, or little sister. So again, going off the basis of that, there's no evidence so far here to support that they might be a couple or they might be dating. All right, so track a little further. Kale starts to get a little upset. She feels like she's being left out. Seems like she is getting upset because Caulifla and Kaba are having this back and forth with each other. Now, the way I personally took it, I took it to mean that Kale is feeling left out, like she can't do this, like she can't try, and that she's feeling like she's belittled, and she doesn't want to feel like she's a waste of space to her sister. She basically wants to feel important. She wants to feel needed. And at that moment, she's not fulfilling that role. Kaba is. So she feels jealous, and she feels very strongly and upset about it. So from there, we see Kale lose her absolute crap, go crazy, and go into her berserk form. From there, she proceeds to pound the living snot out of Kaba. And from here, we see the fight break out, and then she just keeps getting more and more stronger. Her ki is starting to overflow, and she's really getting the best of Kaba. Caulifla finally steps in, deflects the ki blast that would have surely taken Kaba out. And then Caulifla proceeds to tell Kale how awesome she is, how amazing she is, how that's why you're my protege, that's why you're in my crew. She then says, how could you think a girl like me would fall for a guy like him? I am not interested in him in the slightest. And again, I'm paraphrasing this, but this is basically what she's saying. She's saying, how do you think I could fall for someone like him? Kale, listen. Nothing is ever going to come in between us. And then that's when she proceeds to calm down and power down. Now, one person could look at it as like, oh, she's just saying that to get her to calm down so she doesn't go on an absolute rampage and start killing everyone. Okay, I go with that argument. Then some people look at that as like, as that was confirmation to her that, okay, her sister really does care about her, values her, and there's no boy or anybody for that matter that's going to get in the way of their relationship. Okay, you can look at it that way. Other way that you could possibly look at it is like, again, Caulifla is telling her her own way about her feelings towards Kale in this moment, saying that I'm not interested in Kaba. Kaba doesn't have the right stuff. I'm looking for what you got. So from there, using that evidence of episode 93, do we think that Funimation just confirmed that Kale and Caulifla are dating? My personal answer is no. I do not think that this was a confirmation that Kale and Caulifla are dating. In fact, I dare say that this is quite the opposite of confirming that they're dating. I personally do not think that they're dating. I do not think that they're a couple whatsoever. I was leaning more towards that a couple years ago when I did this video of it being true. I'm leaning more towards now that they're not going to do it. There's no way that Toei or Funimation are going to go forward with this. Although, again, I talked about it in my last video, and I'm doing a lot of plugs for that video. I talked about the importance of it and how you would have the LGBT community be represented within the anime, and that might be new listeners, new viewers to the property of Dragon Ball. Some who might not be interested now because they feel like it's just about macho men fighting each other and powering up and screaming and whatnot. You see something like Kale and Caulifla, who are hanging in there with the dudes as well in their own right, but also are a couple at the same time and look quite stunning as well. And that might make them want to start watching Dragon Ball and get more involved in it. So you can see why Toei and Funimation might want to do something like that. However, once again, like I've said, I do not think that's the direction that they're going. I do not think that Kale and Caulifla are dating. Despite what my thumbnail might say, this is not approved. Funimation does not approve, and Toei does not approve. But again, at the end of the day, we don't know. Again, we're just now getting into the Tournament of Power. For the dub, they could completely change it. Again, there was another couple of scenes between Kale and Caulifla where things got very intense, and it seemed like they might be professing their love to each other, but we'll just have to see how the dub handles that. But ultimately, guys, let me know down in the comment section below, what do you think about this? Do you think that Kale and Caulifla are dating? Do you think it's a good idea to have them dating? Or would you rather just see them be big sis, little sis, and just stay platonic friends? Let me know down in the comment section below if you'd like to see all of that. Hey guys, once again, I want to thank you so much for checking out this video. Hey, I want to give a random shout out to my man YrsuTh over at YrsuTh Productions. Awesome dude. I want you to go check out some of his content. Dude loves to do what ifs and is very good about scripting out Dragon Ball content. So if you're into that, please go and check out his channel and subscribe to it. If you want to see some more sweaty discussions, then you can check out the video that's going to be either over here or over here somewhere. And again, guys, I apologize for this video coming out so late. This was supposed to drop on Friday, but if you're following me on my social media accounts, which you should, at officialms21 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you would saw I put out a post saying that I went back and actually changed my opinion because I actually went back, triple checked my facts, and rewatched episode 93 and 92 as well, just to make sure that I had all my ducks in a row. Because again, if you're going to do Dragon Ball content, you want to make sure you cover it accurately and you make sure you want to do it right. This has been your boy, YrsuTh21, signing out.